Hello friends, happy Sunday afternoon. It's Shannon. I'm just fiddling and faffing in my craft room and came across my traveler's notebook and thought I might share for a few minutes. If you've never seen this, it's really just an introductory of what it is. There are amazing people on Instagram and on this app, I'm sure, that do amazing, incredible traveler's notebooks. I am not that person. Mine is very much a junk journal. It's very much typical of me, which is good enough is good enough. And I don't have pretty handwriting and I don't do beautiful layouts. But if you've been interested in this, I think seeing something like mine makes it more achievable. And really, that's my goal here to share, is just if you've been thinking about it or you don't know anything about it, it will hopefully give you some inspiration that you can then go and research and find something that will work for you. So I'm going to turn you around. I do not have a good setup for over the head videos, but I think it will be better if it's in, because I'm in reverse because I use the front camera or whatever. I will turn you around. I will do my best. It will not be great, but it will at least hopefully get you enough information so that you can go and do proper research into people who really know what they're doing. All right, stand by. Okay, so this is my Traveler's Notebook, and I did get the name brand. So this is by Midori. It's called the Traveler's Notebook, and it is a leather cover that has rubber bands that allow you to do different project or different notebook inserts. And then I just put some little gewgaws on it that I found thrifting. But the leather is really, really nice, but you do not have to buy them from this company. They are pricey from Midori, but I have made these out of leather. I've received handmade ones, and I've also bought them from Amazon or other, Etsy providers at different price points. The real point is that you have a leather cover that has rubber bands that allow you to do notebook inserts. And then these notebooks are just slipped in through the rubber band. And then that way, and then you can even take multiple notebooks and rubber band them together so that this gets really chunky. This one's already pretty chunky because it's my junk journal. But if you were using the same concept for just notes, you can fit several different notebooks in one cover. You can also get these additional inserts. Like this one has a card holder, which can be used for business cards, but it can also be used for credit cards. And then this zipper pocket in the back is convenient for if you're on the go. You can put, receipts in there or even use it as a wallet. I mean, there's different sizes, which I can also talk to you about, but this is the main size, which is, don't quote me, it's not, I don't know the size. But anyway, so just to give you a little bit of an idea of how this works. So I've said we travel to Disney a lot. And so what I do is I just gather up all of the, receipts and stickers and junk, essentially, that we encounter, and I paste it in or tape it in, whatever I pick up, the ephemera along the way, I just add into my notebook. And so in this case, we were staying at the Dolphin, and I just used the little notepad to write on. I'm, again, not much of a journaler. I just really like all the junk. And so then this was another day where here's our, room key and, just stickers that I got in Epcot Center. And we went to the Christmas party. So these were our, wristbands that let us in. These are the things that we wanted to eat. We'd gone shopping that day, and I'd bought something at Lilly Pulitzer, so I just used that little sticker. This one, again, just another day. My husband had given me this little card because it was my birthday, and so I just pasted that in. Then this was a trip when I went to Kentucky back in December, and it was just some different receipts, and I love this candy, and I bought it at an antique store. And then I'd gone to Sunday school with my dad. My dad teaches Sunday school, and these were his notes, and I just love his handwriting, so I just grabbed that. So this, again, another trip to Disney. And in this case, I put in the little yarn. This was the project that I was knitting on. And I used that almost like a tassel. We went to Springfield, Missouri. And this little antique store is where I got that red ring that I wear a lot. And we went to my favorite bluegrass band. So, again, these are just, all the things that I just paste in as we go. So this was, again, from my knitting project from this trip. And I just think they're really fun just to go back and remember some of the details of the trips that we've taken. And I just wanted to share in case you'd never seen this before. So it does not have to be fancy. Mine is clearly not fancy at all, but they can be fancy. And so, like this one, you'll remember I was needlepointing on my Diet Coke canvas, and so these are the threads from that project, and I just stuck them in there. And yeah, so that's it. This is a work in progress, obviously, and I keep it going. I also have a couple of different examples. Pause, and I'll just grab those real quick. Okay, a couple more. So this is the one that I did specifically for our Italy trip last March. And, this was the restaurant that we ate at in Milan. And so I just grabbed the card and what I was knitting on. I did try to be a little more intentional in writing out what we were doing and, just things that I picked up along the way. This was a note that I left from my friends that I was traveling with. And so, again, not very pretty, and I pooped out. I sort of fell off the wagon and didn't quite finish it up, but I have a Ziploc bag full of ephemera that I need to get put in there. Okay, and then this is the one that I just really started with because I was so intimidated and I just couldn't get started that finally I just grabbed a notebook and I just started putting in things. My goal was to do this weekly. I've definitely fallen off of the bandwagon, but whatever I was doing that week, I was trying to just document. So this was a very thrift heavy week. And this was last June, a year ago. And so this was a book that I bought and just a bunch of books that I'd bought at Savers. So I got those little stickers. We'd gone to the Ark Encounter in Kentucky. So I grabbed that. Then my friend and I went to Hawaii, and so these were some of the things that I got while we were out and about. And this was before I was really doing a trip notebook. And so this week was just what I was needlepointing on. I'd gone shopping, and then we went to a show at Starlight. And so, again, these were just ideas of what to keep. And again, this was before really I was doing the other travel journal. This was a business trip to Boston. And so I just grabbed some things out of, from my trip. This little ribbon was from some chocolates I bought. And this was before. Yeah. So these are just another idea of how to pull things together. Oh, this is from one of my favorite restaurants, a card from my friend. This was a photocopy of Needlepoint that I was doing. Sorry, I know this is terrible lighting and not good. But anyway, that's a different, sort of version of it. And then last but not least, so sorry, I've also been doing it for my knitting. And so what I did with that is I'm just taking notes and just putting the ephemera and the projects in there. The yarn, a little bit about the project. So same idea where you're just putting stuff in a notebook. Okay, that's it. I appreciate it, and I'm sorry this is badly shot, but you get the idea. Hopefully this is inspiring. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.